So, hey, this is Scott Garibay, and I'm here with the Nerdarchy crew.
I'm Ted.
And I'm Dave.
And we today are going to be talking about Dragon Mech.
Before we get into that, though, why don't you guys head on down to the description below, sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips delivered straight to your inbox, as well as learn the game with Nerdarchy.
So, Dragon Mech, the reason we're going to talk about this is a book that is in my collection. I am very blessed to own this. I almost feel guilty. I got this book for $2.50 off of Paperback Swap. If you're not using Paperback Swap, take some book that you read, put it on Paperback Swap, and somebody will send you a super cool book like this. Paperback Swap is awesome. So Dragon Mech is a hidden gem, and that's why I brought it here to talk to you guys about it. It was made for Goodman Games. It was made back in the mid-2000s, and it was part of the whole D20 sourcebook revolution.
Resolution. You're gonna get revolution.
So what it says on the back: after an age of destruction, the second age of walkers is now at hand. Explore the ruins of the surface world in sturdy iron mechs powered by steam, magic, or labor of 1,000 slaves.
Exactly. And if you are out there and you are a Dungeons and Dragons player or a Pathfinder player, I would also say Pathfinder players could really be blessed by this book. So if you can get this, go ahead and get it. And I will say right now, I'm pretty sure this is not a difficult book to get right now. It's a sleeper, right? So there are well over 1,000 tabletop role-playing games out there, role-playing game books out there, and this is a sleeper. It's a real gem that not a lot of people know about. So Dragon Mech is super cool, and one of the things that I'm just going to let you guys know, so it has this fantastic, beautiful full-color cover, but inside it's all black and white. Okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yes.
So it is really unusual. He's 100% right. I usually am not a super fan of black and white books, but it's okay. This book is a little older, and it was also made by Goodman Games. I think Goodman Games, one of the biggest games they made was Bronchosaurus Rex, which I also own, and that's a really nice one. But they didn't put out a whole lot, right? But this was a real winner. And so what this has in it is the first thing it delves into are these races. So you have all the traditional races, and it says, hey, do you want to put mechs into your fantasy tabletop role-playing game, right? So if you do, here's the things that you would do for every single traditional race. And here you can see monks, rogues. What does mechs and steam power and steampunk mean for these classes? What does it mean for these races? So it goes into all of that, and then in addition to that, it goes into prestige classes, right? And every single one of these, you can read it and you'll have fantastic ideas to bring forward into future games. That was the Stalker variant right there, really cool. Then, in addition, as you go forward, there are completely new classes like the Riftwalker, right? You can see the Riftwalker right there. And then the book, it's really fantastic. It has feats, and then you get into the actual mechs. It has an entire, here's the start of the mech actual section. And one of the things that's great is, what are the different types? So when you think about mechs, what are the different types of mechs that you can think about if you've seen from anime, from different sizes?
You know what? I don't watch anime.
How about you?
All right,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I would say, all right, if you're making a mech, is the mech, a gunner? Is it just loaded up with lots of artillery? It's designed to just plant its feet and shoot from far away, or are you? All right, well let's say the opposite direction. You're the one with the big claws or the big sword or the big axe, and you're designed to get in there and mix it up, or are you somewhere in the middle?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I kind of think like Robotech. That's where my mind goes
Exactly.
when I think Max, which is kind of like early anime.
So one of the things that's really exciting about this game is it comes at it from mechs in a whole bunch of different perspectives. Do you want to take your player character and put him in so that the mech is his own armor, right? Or do you want to have a mech that's so large that he sits in the main chassis, right? Or this even has mechs that are so large they are walking cities.
So you're talking from power armor to,
all the way up
to giant robot.
Yeah. In addition to that, they have special steam-powered, individually carried weapons, and you can see those gorgeous weapons in there. All this stuff is in here.
You gotta form the blazing sword.
Yeah, exactly,
Now,
exactly.
I will say, like a lot of the other swords and sorcery books, because this one, is partnered with that. It's all black and white, so you do suffer from the lack of color, but the artwork, even in black and white, it's still
Yeah.
pretty nice.
It's gorgeous, and there's just tons of lore. You have all the mechs. You have
Are you
individual.
sure it's Swords and Sorcery? Because he said it's Goodman Games.
Oh, it is. And
So they made it for Swords and Sorcery. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. And back in the day, there were like groups making games, making game components for other like tracks of
So that's
product.
like a third-party publisher making for another third-party publisher.
Which
Well, it's published together through both of those
and
names, so.
even beyond that, one of the things that's great too is so if you've been running the great content they're making for 5th edition games, right? This creature right here, right? This is an individual creature which it's new and it's unique. It's a Dusk Devil, right? Now, one of the things that's really interesting about these, you also have the Forestrati, right? So one of the things that's really cool is if you're playing your Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game, you absolutely have all this new content from Out of the Abyss, from Sword Coast, from the Sword Coast books. One thing that's really nice about this is this has not gotten a lot of press and not gotten a lot of attention. So a lot of the content from this is really going to be new to your players. So you can take an idea out of here that people really haven't seen before.
Right.
And it really goes into every.
And this is designed for 3.5, right?
This is designed for 3.5.
So 3.5 definitely there isn't any quick and easy conversions for 3.5 to 5.
I disagree. I think everything
Totally.
converts to 5th edition easily.
I totally agree.
Well, I'm
AD&D easier than others, but
I'm saying there is not already a direct translation, but this could be converted to 5th without a problem.
'cause
Oh, yeah,
I've
easily.
grabbed things from 3rd edition and used it in my 5th edition games, and I just take the CR and go, oh, this is a CR 2 in 3rd edition. Well, that's probably like a 5 or a 6 in 5th edition.
Yeah, I totally agree. And but one of the things that this book will just inspire so many awesome ideas, and it does for me. Like I pull this, so I am very blessed to own, just like you guys, a few different tabletop role playing games. This guy gets pulled down quite a bit. Now, one of the things is I also would love to get to the point where I would love to be able to run, and I've been wanting this for a long time. I'm hoping somebody makes this for 5th edition, and you could just take this whole book and convert it.
Now they can with the OGL.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That is one of the great things that we are getting from Wizards of the Coast. Now that they've opened up the rule books, we could see a lot of this content coming back. But I definitely think I would really, you could see the cover, like there's like a broken sword. But this is one of the best idea books out there. It's not a lot to get the used versions out there, but it's a real beauty, and it's a really special book. It's definitely one of my favorite books in my collection, and one of the ones that I paid the absolute least for. And it's a real sleeper. So that's one of the reasons why I have a lot of books on my shelf. I haven't brought very many of them to you guys, but I appreciate you taking a look at this one in particular. And if you're out there, I definitely highly recommend Dragon Mech. It's really special, really unique. Yeah, I definitely think it's a good book.
All right, so I think that it begs the question, Dave. Would you, if someone were running this game, would you
play Dragon Mech? Why or why not?
I would not play Dragon Mech in 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons. If you said, do you want to play this game in 5th edition? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go back to 3rd edition. Like, maybe for a session or two, but those mechanics just don't do anything for me anymore.
I 100% agree with you. I would not suggest to anybody to run this in 5th edition. This book is totally worth buying for 5th edition.
So
I think the conversion would not be hard.
Don't buy it for 3.5.
Right, buy it and run it
for
in
5th.
Unless you want to, then you can do it. Do what you want. It's your game. Have fun.
So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would say yes, I think it's pretty awesome. I would play it. I would probably even have no problem going back to 3.5 for a session or two.
I would do a session or two. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
absolutely.
Anything to play in a Scott Garibay game.
So what do you guys think? Are you already online looking for this book?
Do you own it?
Do you already own it?
Yeah.
Put your thoughts and comments down below while you're at it. Like, share, even subscribe.
You can hang out with us over on nerdarchy.com.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.